You know how we'll die if we don't eat chopped up animal body parts? Well, of course we'll die if we don't eat chopped up animal body parts. Well, it's not true. I've not been eating chopped up animal body parts for months now, and I'm not dead. Well, that doesn't make any sense. You must be dead. No, I promise you, I'm not dead right now. I'm right here. Well, then do something only an alive person could do. Well, I'm talking to you right now, so I'm definitely not dead. Well, I can't argue with that. I'm totally not dead. So how are you getting protein? You know those things that we eat with chopped up animal body parts most of the time that come from the ground? Yeah, those things that we eat with the chopped up animal body parts to make them taste better. Well, all of those things have protein, and if you eat them, you don't need to eat chopped up animal body parts anymore. Oh wow, that's blowing my mind. I know, right? Chopped up animal body parts do taste really good though. That's what I thought, but then I thought, wait a minute, that's definitely not a good enough reason to keep killing animals so I can keep eating their chopped up animal body parts because they taste really good. Oh yeah, I didn't think about it that way. That's exactly what I thought. Now I know I don't need to eat chopped up animal body parts, it makes sense not to eat chopped up animal body parts. And you know how we'll die if we don't drink the baby water that comes out of cows? Well, of course we'll die if we don't drink the baby water that comes out of cows. Well, it turns out that's not true either. I've not been drinking the baby water that comes out of cows for months now, and I'm not dead. What are you doing? Are you sure you're not a ghost? Nope, I'm totally alive. Okay, but your bones must have turned to mush. No, my bones are still bones. Prove it by doing some star jumps. Okay, that checks out. So how are you getting calcium? Well, remember those things that come out of the ground that we discussed earlier? Of course, how could I forget? It turns out some of them have loads of calcium, so I've just been eating those instead of drinking the baby water that comes out of cows. Wow, those things that grow out of the ground seem pretty useful. So useful, right? So I just eat those instead of drinking the baby cow water. The baby water that comes out of cows is pretty tasty though, and when we make blocks of the baby water that comes out of cows, that's even tastier. That's what I thought too, but then I started to think about how we put our hands inside cows to get them pregnant so that they start making the baby cow water, and then how we take their babies away from them so that we can drink the baby cow water and make hard blocks of baby cow water from the baby cow water. And I thought, taste isn't really a good enough reason to keep doing that to cows. Well, now you put it that way, it makes sense to stop using the baby water that comes out of cows. Hey, you know how we take those hard things that come out of a chicken's vagina, crack them open and eat the gooey thing inside? Oh, I love eating those gooey chicken vagina things. Well, it turns out chickens, just like the other animals we discussed earlier, don't like us catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things that we like to eat. So you're saying they don't like us catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things that we like to eat? Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. They really don't like it. Well, now you mention it, I guess I wouldn't like that either. No way, me neither. So if chickens and other animals don't like us catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things we like to eat, what can we do about it? Well, what I've realized is that if chickens and other animals don't like us catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things that we like to eat, then we should stop catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things that we like to eat. And the animals would definitely like it if we stopped catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things we like to eat. They would definitely like it if we stopped catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things that we like to eat. And actually they like it if we didn't use them for anything at all. But that seems very extreme and radical. Are you sure about this? Yeah, I'm pretty certain about this decision. I have to say, everything you're saying makes sense, but I'm finding myself having an urge to fight you so I can continue catching animals, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things I like. Well, I can't see why you feel the need to fight me when I'm talking about a way of living that gives respect and kindness to other animals. I can't see why I do it either, but I'm going to do it anyway. Well then, go ahead. Well, here goes. Well, okay then. How dare you tell me what to eat? Who do you think you are? Do you think you're better than me? Do you think you're superior to me? You do, don't you? Look at you on your high horse thinking you're morally superior because you don't catch animals, keep them all in one place and use their bodies for things that you like. Where do you even get your protein? We already discussed that earlier, remember? Oh yes, of course. Sorry. Animals are here for us to catch, keep all in one place and use them for things that we like. That's why they're here. Well, this seems like a bit of an overreaction to a message about being respectful and kind to animals. It really is, isn't it? Look at my canine teeth. Look how big they are for ripping into chopped animal body parts. Try having this conversation with a lion. See how far that gets you. Chopped up animal body parts. Our ancestors have been using animal bodies for thousands of years. Are you going to tell them they're wrong too? I have to say, it seems like you learning this new information has made you feel guilty, and that's where the urge to fight me has come from. Yes, I gave in to the urge to fight you in the hopes that it would make me feel less guilty, but now I've finished fighting you, the guilt is still here. Well, it's not a reaction I expected from talking about respecting and being kind to animals, but I guess this is just a one-time thing that will most likely never happen ever again. Hey, so how did it go talking about respecting and being kind to animals by not catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies for things that we like? Well, I was wrong about the one-time thing. Almost every single person that I spoke to about being respectful and kind towards animals had the exact same reaction that you had when I first discussed it with you. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's like their guilt makes them say silly things rather than just changing their life to be more respectful and kind towards animals. It's pretty exhausting. Yeah, it sounds exhausting. So how about you? Did you start living with kindness and respect towards animals and stop catching them, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies bodies for things that you like and want? How dare you ask me that question? Who do you think you are? You think you're better than me? You think you're superior to me? You think you're superior to me because you stopped catching animals, keeping them all in one place and using their bodies? Look at you thinking you're morally superior just because you don't do that anymore. Who do you think you are to tell me what to do and what to eat? It's my life and I'll do what I want and no one's going to stop me doing what I want to do. Did you talk to the lion in the end? Did you tell them to stop doing this? What about our ancestors? What about those guys? What are you going to say to those people? How dare you tell me how to live my life? How dare you tell anyone how to live their life? How dare you? Who do you think you are?